Oh, well, the need for diapers, it's a growing crisis not only here at home but nationwide, and there's some pretty startling statistics.
Yes, according to numbers from the National Diaper Bank Network, nearly half of all U.S. families with young children struggle to afford enough diapers. But one local nonprofit is stepping up in a big way.
Yes, we're talking about Heine Heroes, and they are collecting donations for the world's largest diaper drive. Carrie Faw is the co-executive director of Heine Heroes, which is based right here in the Quad Cities. Carrie, welcome back to the show. You've been featured in a few news stories as well for your organization. Obviously very important here in the Quad Cities because the need for diapers is always here. So what made you, or I guess led you to create this organization?
Well, we have 4 children,
Yes.
and the youngest 2 are twins. They were about 15 months, and we were looking at how much we were spending on diapers just every month.
Yeah.
So it's $100 a month per child. So we were spending
wild.
$200 a month per child. Thank goodness they potty trained really early. So.
Oh, lucky.
But we started wondering, what do people do if you can't afford diapers?
Right.
What's the options for you?
Right.
Rather than just leave your child in a diaper. And there weren't any. There was nothing, no government safety nets. WIC doesn't cover diapers. SNAP, you can't buy diapers with those funds. And so we did find in Galesburg, Illinois, Loving Bottoms Diaper Bank, and she was doing something about it. She was giving diapers to families that needed them, but she did not stretch, she didn't reach all the way to the Quad Cities.
Sure.
And so we were like, what can we do?
Yeah.
And so Heine Heroes was born.
You bridged the gap.
I love the
Yes.
name,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it's great.
So talk a little bit of what you've seen over the last several years, really firsthand. I mean, we talked a little bit about the need nationwide and how great it is. What are you seeing here locally, and is it similar?
Yes, locally, the need has increased dramatically. Just in the past 2 to 3 years, even
Okay.
since COVID, we're way up.
Yeah.
We have a lot of refugees, especially on the Illinois side. There's a ton of need there. Just families, they're trying to make their dollar stretch further.
Definitely.
And it's getting more and more difficult.
Well, and truly, we are hearing that. I mean, even with food insecurity, when we talk with the Riverbend Food Bank and all of that, I think it's just across the board. When you see the need is growing in one aspect, it's probably like that everywhere.
Yeah, most definitely. So you're always looking for donations, but really it's this month that you're ramping up the need for those donations because you're participating in the world's largest diaper drive, and it extends throughout the whole month of May. So what's the goal here?
The goal across the country
Yes.
is to collect more than 2 million diapers.
2 million, wow.
This month. But in the Quad Cities, we're hoping for 40,000. We
Okay.
did like 37,000 last year. So we
Okay.
just want to bump it up a little. But I think we can do that. That's not a problem.
That's where we
within
come in,
reach.
right?
Yes, exactly. You gotta spread the word.
We're here to help with that.
Yes.
Okay, so what are the different ways that people here in the Quad Cities, whether they're watching it or maybe they see it later on social media, how can they get involved?
Yes, you can go to our website. It's HeineHeroes.com, H-I-N-E-Y is how you spell Heine.
Yes.
Then you can also go to our Facebook page, which you can link to our website from there. There's also on both of those locations on the internet, you can find a list of businesses and organizations that are collecting diapers this month for the world's largest diaper drive specifically.
Okay, so those would be like drop-off locations for people to be able to
and
do
they would
that.
love to see you. They'd be very excited if you came and donated diapers.
Yeah, that makes it pretty easy.
Yeah, and you can also give funds.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, I was just going to ask. So if we don't have, if we can't do the diapers, can't get out to the store, we can donate money to.
Yes, and we also have our Amazon and Walmart wish lists are on our Facebook page, so you can do it from the luxury of your couch.
And in your experience too, is there like sizes that are more needed than others?
Yes.
I know when we do like donation drives here at the station, even when it's like Toys for Tots, people really like to buy for like the babies and the little kids. So is that something similar that you see?
Yes, yes. We have mountains of newborns, 1s and 2s, but 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s, we really struggle to get enough of those.
Okay.
So even though it's not as many diapers you're going to be gifting us, there'll be much more value to us.
Okay.
All right, so newborn to size 6 is what you're looking for.
We do accept newborn through size 6, but 3 through 6s would be.
All right, so let's hone in on the 3 through 6,
Yes.
and let's get thousands of those donated. So, we're talking 40,000 diapers. That's the goal.
Yes, yes.
So where do all of these go? Obviously, you're part of a nationwide effort, but do these stay right here locally?
Yes, all the diapers that we collect stay right here in the Quad Cities.
Oh, wow.
We kind of run like a food bank. We collect all the diapers, we repackage them in these bundles, And then we distribute them to our partner agencies, and they get them into the hands of the families they're already serving. So like the Salvation Army,
Oh, sure.
Okay.
different 0 to 3 programs, community health care, places like that.
Okay, and that was actually going to be my next question. So, for families who are struggling right now, obviously we're, collecting diapers all this month for the long haul. But for people that are watching and going, I didn't know this existed. I really do need the help. So they can. How do they learn more about those partner?
Yeah, they can go to our
organizations?
website. Again, that's tinyheroes.com, or they can go to Facebook. You can message me on Facebook, and I will point you in the right direction.
Wow.
Yep, no problem.
Amazing.
Yeah, I caught up with you a few years ago, a little bit after you started this organization, and we were just talking before the show how much growth there's been. So there's been a positive response from the community in these donation efforts.
For sure, yes. I think it's an easy cause to get behind. We just need people to hear about it, that diapers are something that families struggle with. I think a lot of people just don't even realize.
Yeah, I think you're right. Especially, there is assistance out there with different things, especially with families with young children. But this, as you mentioned, right when we started, this just isn't one of them.
Right.
And there's a gap there.
Yes.
Okay, so talking a little bit more just about Heine Heroes as an organization, do you guys have anything else on the horizon that you're working toward or coming up over the next several months?
Yes, we just posted Birdies for Bottoms. We're doing a family-friendly fundraising event at the Forge at Palmer Hills. It's their new mini golf course.
Yes.
So we'd love for families to come on out and raise funds for Heine Heroes.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, great.
That's awesome.
Well, the world's largest diaper drive now through May 31st. So you can donate anytime. All the information, again, you can find online, as Carrie mentioned. And it goes on all month, and you'd be really doing everybody a great service. That is HeineHeroes.com, that website right there at the bottom of your screen. Carrie, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yes,
Let's get 40,000. Let's do it, Quad Cities.
Yes.
Easy.